Hey yo, let me see. So I know lately I've been doing a whole lot of UK music. Actually, for the last couple of months, I've only been putting out a shit ton of UK music. But I thought it was time I got back to the US music and actually made a list of shit that I want y'all niggas to hear. You feel me? Couple classics that I feel I need to get out to you guys. So there is one song that stands out, especially with us doing the whole Cadet, Letter to Crap series, Rap Man, Shiro Story series, Bugsy, MEN Man series. I thought, why not? Let me hit y'all with a little Immortal technique, Dance with the Devil. You feel me? So here we go. If you know, you know. If you know, you know what we about to get into. If not, you're in for a treat. Uh, 50 million views since 2007. That should tell you something. That should tell you something. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Oof.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making a million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never bought respect. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He feeded for props like addicts with pipes and needles. So he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally, dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed.
Yeah. First time I heard this whole thing, it was like, this has to be arguably one of the best storytelling tracks of all time. Dance with the Devil. And even just the storyline he's telling, like it's a lot of relatable shit and a lot of shit that we actually see in life today. It's not some foreign shit. You feel me? So let's get it going. I like it. Let's go.
Everyone tryna be tripe, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance.
Thanks.
But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and self-rock.
Ooh. Ask a nigga who's serving life if he had another chance, if he'd do shit differently. That's deep. The hook is deep. Hold up. Y'all gotta hear this shit one more time.
Nigga doing life, never. Everyone tryna be tripe, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and self-rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot.
Angels used to be devils used to be angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're all in the melting pot. Yo, that shit's deep. That's deep.
Angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot.
Facts. We're all burning. All of us. You, me, everybody.
So Billy started robbing niggas, anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers to crack rock. Working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine. Fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes. Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45.
This motherfucker William on some shit. Like, you can tell he's slowly getting deeper and deeper into the whole thing. Bit by bit, he getting deeper into it, you know. And it's all because, you know, of the life you think you want to live, the shit you have in your mind, no trying to prove something. It's a lot of shit, you know. But let's keep going. Let's see where the story takes us.
Everyone trying to be tripe, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot.
Yo, that bar, devils used to be angels that fell from the top. It's kind of like, it's deep and it's kind of symbolic because angels who fell from the top, but angels are kind of supposed to be like perfect, but it goes to show that everybody has evil with them. Everybody has evil in them. And once that evil comes out, you fall. That's the fall. You fail. You gave in to whatever you had on the inside and you fell. And now you become the devil. But that's what happens when you murder, rape, and sell rock. Dance with the devil. It's like flies on shit. The devil's just all around niggas who be in that type of shit. You feel me? He's just on them niggas.
Drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on the way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her, walking through the projects. The darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving. Blood leaking through the cloth, she cried silently. And then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute. She was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head.
Oh, hell no. Then she just got hella dark, like super dark. Oof. No. Like, yeah, like the shit motherfuckers would do just to become made men, just to be a part of the clique, my nigga. Like, sometimes people don't understand. Like I said about angels having a little evil in them and shit, but giving into it, you actually become the devil. Just because you have that in you doesn't make you bad. But when you give into it, that's when you transform. You become that thing, you know. But motherfuckers don't understand that all the shit they be doing, murder, rape, and sell rock, all that shit, you're killing your soul. You know, bit by bit, you're chipping away at it. Some motherfuckers be cold-hearted. It's because they've killed that part of themselves. Like, and what the shit they just did to this lady, it's done, my nigga. Their souls are gone. There's no way you can do that to a person and remain the same. Mentally, emotionally, like, you're fucked. You jumped out the deep end.
I'm falling and I can't turn back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm falling and I can't turn back. Right before boy pulled the trigger and ended a life. He thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Ended a life. He thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers. Cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him.
What the what? Like, you know, I've heard this shit before, but every time I hear it, it's still the same shit. Like, I still feel the same way. Like, yo, what the fuck? His mother? Oh, hell no. And after all this shit and after all the shit they just did to her, imagine that. You do all that shit to somebody just to pull the cover off and find out it's your own mother. Oh my god. Fuck. At this, yo.
Along with his new brothers, cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate. And he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the...
Yo. It's not even like a wrong place, wrong time type situation. It's not. You know, she's out here grinding and hustling for her son, working graveyards, late nights, all that shit. And then imagine you're a mother. You're out here putting all this work in for your kid, and you get jumped by a bunch of niggas and they do all this shit to you, and one of them's actually your son. Like, imagine how broken you have to be. Like, imagine what she's feeling right now. Like, where her mind is, where her heart is, like, where everything is. Like, shit makes... That's fucked on so many levels. Like,
that had once given him birth and cried for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there.
Of course not. Of course not. Like, God's not gonna be there. Like, nah, he's not. Only the devil's gonna be there. So if you out here trying to pray to somebody, he's the one who's gonna answer.
Crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother.
That's deep. That's deep. That hold up, hold up.
Wasn't there, and right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it.
That's facts. Yo, he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. His soul is gone, my nigga. That shit's gone. You know, you reach a point where you just can't handle that shit no more. You just suicide's the only way out, but you die with no soul. But the thing that I like the most is what he said. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. Nah, for sure. There's no way everybody goes to the same place when we die. Like, let's get that shit straight. Like, even just the way we live life on Earth, there's no way when we die we all go to the same place or it just ends there. It makes no fucking sense, you feel me? Considering how... Okay, I'm not finna get into that shit, but... They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it.
He jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that...
You was there, nigga? You was there, nigga? Oh, that's deep. That's deep.
Cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows. In every street cipher listening to little thugs flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow, and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted. And you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never. Because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
That's deep. That's levels like 9 circles of hell deep type shit. Like, Cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. Like he at ciphers listening to Lil Thug's flow. Like he grows in the heart of the selfish and wicked. Like, that's deep. Like you really gotta be on guard, my nigga. You can't be out here living reckless and shit. Not even on some Bible type shit, but you know, evil does grow in the hearts of people. You know, people go from worse to worse, from better to better. You know, that's the same shit. If you have good qualities, those good qualities will grow inside you. It's the same shit. If you got bad qualities, evil qualities, negative qualities inside you, that shit's gonna grow. And when it bears fruit, my nigga, you be one of God's angels that fell from the top. Facts.
You better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
Let's go. Woo. Oh yeah. I'm falling and I can't turn back. Let's go. Woo. Now the storytelling on this is top notch. It's top tier for sure. Immortal technique is one of the goats. He's nice with it. One of the old school goats. You know, this motherfucker's a legend. Underground legend. You feel me? This shit was deep. Even just the beat, the way he told the story, the layout, it's like you're really there with him. You know, you're walking through every bit of it, you become a part of it, and it touches a part of you. Like you feel it somewhere inside you. You feel it, and you're like, this shit, something about it, you know. But here's the thing. Here's the catch. There is a bonus track after this. So I'm going to do the bonus track reaction after this. So stay tuned for the bonus track. It's lit with Diabolic. Y'all motherfuckers going to love that shit. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. You feel me? Just get it.